Gives you an idea of how dry it's been here. It just, when I got down below where the water had penetrated and hit that underneath soil, it was just like sticking into a rock. But this is the way we harvested all these trees that we put in this experiment. We just simply took them. We simply went around there and knocked off the soil to the face of the fabric, and then set them on the ground. Then we picked them up by the stem, peeled off the knit fabric, and put them in the containers. But if you look at the roots coming out of here, you see there's just tremendous amounts of fibrous roots. But each of those roots, you take one of those roots that's got a fair size to it. Look what's happened where it went through that knit fabric. The root is the size of the hole in that knit fabric. So they break off pretty easy. And it's just constriction pruning. This I also discovered many, many years ago, but I couldn't make it work in a practical way until relatively recent, to constrict that root at 5/64 of an inch. But when moisture is right, we were taking, it would take us about 20 seconds to harvest a tree, knock the soil off, set it on the ground, do the next one, and the next one, and the next one down the line. If I were going to ship it, yes, I would just clean it off back to the fabric, take white stretch wrap, go around it, and it's just a water conserving mechanism. I like white stretch wrap, again, to reflect the light as opposed to black or clear. The black lets enough, is translucent enough, it lets enough light through that it gets hot underneath the black, and it really gets hot underneath the clear plastic with any little irregular surfaces under there. But the white stretch wrap, which is now available, really works well. On oaks, some of the oaks that I've harvested, when I pull them, they'll break right at the face of the fabric and it comes out just as clean as can be. On other species, or even on the same Shumard oaks, this is something we grow a lot of, at other times they won't break off. And I don't know exactly why. They don't want to break on bur oak. For some reason, that little thread going through there is stronger on a bur oak than it is on a Shumard. The pistache is just simply that, and likewise with the pine, you say, well, pine roots are very soft, the softwood tree anyway, but they will proliferate loose like that pistache. There's just hundreds of thousands of them coming out of there. And so they have such affinity for that soil, they tend to want to lift up with it. And the oak tree is not much different than the pistache. And this is what I want to see. I want to see lots of small roots and none of those thumb size, wrist size, arm size things sticking out there. And again, there are people that are so accustomed to seeing those great big roots cut size of 50-cent pieces and so forth, they think those are important. You say, well, gosh, you got to have those for the strength to hold the tree up. But my challenge to them is, if you've got a 1/2-inch diameter steel rod and a 1/2-inch diameter braided steel cable, which one is stronger? The cable is. A whole just mass of these fine roots are much stronger than a few great big roots. But that's what you get when you plant trees grown that way.